Hey guys, Metal Driver here, bringing you another WWE Elite review. Today I'll be looking at the Elite Wrestlemania series, Shawn Michaels. Sides of the box feature an image of Shawn Michaels on both sides. On the back we see an image of Shawn Michaels, a brief bio, career highlights, a description of this figure, the rest of the figures that are in this wave, and the Build-A-Figure piece that this figure comes with. Bio states from San Antonio, Texas, weight 225 pounds, height 6 feet 1 inch. Career highlights include WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, and WWE Hall of Fame inductee. The description states, he's not your boy toy, but at WrestleMania 9, the Heartbreak Kid was your defending Intercontinental Champion against Tatanka. Alright, so there is the box, so let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at Shawn Michaels. Alright, and here is Shawn out of packaging. But first, let's look at the Build-A-Figure piece that he comes with. So the final Build-A-Figure piece that this figure comes with is the lower body of Paul Ellering. So here you get the legs, pretty standard, just black slacks, not a whole lot of painting, except for the belt here. It's got the silver buckle, and then there's some silver on his crotch, so that's a little bit suspicious. But other than that, it's pretty solid. It's double jointed knees, so good articulation. Does have that classic Mattel hinged hip joint. There's a thigh cut. Then the ankles have hinges, which are limited due to the pants, and then there is some slight ankle pivot. But now let's go ahead and put these pieces together. So here's the upper body, here's the right arm, left arm, and then we'll go ahead and put the classic Paul Ellering head on first. Alright, and there is the completed Paul Ellering figure. So not too bad. Now the hands are painted a different color than his head, so that's really odd. Looks like he tanned his hands, so that's kind of stupid. Wish Mattel didn't do that. Then here is the older Paul Ellering head sculpt. Alright, so this head's a bit tough to put on, so I'm probably gonna have to heat that up. So that's kind of annoying that Mattel did that. Hopefully that's not the case with yours, but yeah, it's kind of how it looks. But I'm gonna keep the young head on him anyway, so that way he can be posed with Rocco the dummy. Then it does look like that the hand can fit underneath the jacket, although I'm probably not going to have him posed that way. Probably be posed this way, so that's really cool. Now unfortunately I do not have any of the tag teams that he's associated with, which are AOP and the Road Warriors. So that sucks, but hopefully maybe Mattel can give us another Road Warrior set in the future, so that would be nice. In the meantime, I do have Paul Ellering and Rocco. And then the accessories that Shawn comes with. He has interchangeable gripping hands. Then he's got this entrance jacket slash vest slash sleeve slash whatever these are called. His entrance gear, which looks really cool. So this is nice. This is what he wore at WrestleMania 9. And he did wear something similar to this actually several times. So he's worn that in the Attitude Era, also during the Ruthless Aggression Era during his second run. So this is a really cool piece. So you could probably use this with other Shawn Michaels figures, and it doesn't really hinder the articulation, so he can pose his arms out. He can actually, yeah, he can even bend his elbows, so that's really neat. So usually I hate these types of plastic pieces, but this is actually really good. So kudos on Mattel for giving us a piece of plastic that's actually pretty useful. Then he comes with sunglasses, which we have seen this before in the other classic Shawn Michaels figures. So nothing special, but it is neat, and it does come off really easily. And then taking off the entrance top. There is a peg and a peg hole here, so you just unbutton that. And then this should come off fairly easily. Alright, so I lied. That was not easy to take off. It's actually kind of difficult. I did have to pop the hands off, but it did eventually come right off. Alright, then taking a look at the head sculpt. Now this is a head sculpt that we have received before, so it's not brand new, but it is painted very well. It does have the True Effects printing. The eyes look good, the eyebrows look good, teeth look good, so do the lips. Hair is sculpted really well. The earrings look pretty good. They're painted well. Now look at the back of the hair. So this is a nice touch. So you've got his natural hair color up there, then it fades into the bleached blonde look. So I like that touch that Mattel gave. So taking a look at the Walmart exclusive flashback series, same head sculpt, same hair, same head, but different paint job. Then look at the body. It's a standard Shawn Michaels body that we have received many times with the Elite series. He's got painted chest hair, his tattoo on his left bicep painted really well. His gloves are painted pretty decently. So are the wrist tape on both sides. So overall, not too bad on the upper body. Then look at the lower body. So he's got this zebra cowhide look. So this is before he started using the broken hearts on his tights. This is his early new generation look. So overall, it's painted really well. Good line work. I don't see any fuzziness, any bad paint. Well, except for this part. That's actually pretty bad. So I don't know what happened there. Looks like someone took this figure and just chucked it at the wall. So that's actually pretty disappointing. It sucks that it's on the back, because if you do see this figure in store, you would never be able to see it. That's a pretty bad QC issue there. It's not even a minor issue, it's pretty big. Covers up the whole white spot on the leg, so hopefully that can come off. And that's still annoying. He's got black knee pads, and then just solid white boots, no extra paint there. So overall, it's an okay looking figure. The head sculpt's great. The paint on the tights is ruined right here. And then there are some other issues with this figure that you are going to see pretty soon. Alright then, going over the articulation. So the head's on a ball joint, so it can go just very slightly up. You can't look that far down, which is pretty decent. His head can turn side to side, and it can tilt really well. Shoulder has a hinge which allows it to go that high up. It can rotate all the way around. However, mine is really tight, so let's check this arm. Yep, that one can go all the way around. This one, not really. So that'll probably break if I force that. There is a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, swivel and hinge at the wrist. Then he has an ab crunch, which is extremely loose on mine, so that's really annoying. So this doesn't happen very often with me, but it has happened before, mostly with female figures, but I think this is really the first time I've gotten this with a male figure, where the ab or torso joint is really loose. So that's really disappointing. And not only that, but his waist swivel is pretty loose as well. So yeah, that's pretty frustrating. Ball joints at the hips, which allow legs to go that far out. It can go that high up, which is really good. There's a thigh cut, double jointed knees, a cut at the top of the boot. Ankle has a hinge, which allows it to go that high up, that far down. And he has some decent ankle pivot. Then here is the new Wrestlemania Elite Shawn Michaels next to the Walmart exclusive flashback series Shawn Michaels figure. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the new Wrestlemania Elite Shawn Michaels figure? I'm honestly kind of disappointed with mine. I had some QC issues with paint, and then his torso is very loose, so that's really frustrating. Now that's not an issue that I see being widespread across all the figures. So this is probably just an isolated incident. However, it still leaves me feeling disappointed with this figure. Now, do I think you need to have this figure in your collection? Well, unless you're a huge Shawn Michaels fan and you need every single Shawn Michaels figure, then probably not. So if you have the Walmart Shawn Michaels and you're good with this, or the ringside exclusive one, which I don't have, but if you have one of those and you don't want to have another Shawn Michaels, then you're probably good sticking with that. This figure does seem pretty good for the most part. I do like his entrance piece that he comes with, especially since you could use that for different Shawn Michaels figures. However, this isn't really a must-have in my opinion, and for me to have one with such bad QC issues kind of leaves me feeling disappointed with this figure. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe so you can see more WWE Elite reviews. Follow me on social media so you can keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.